prices, they keep going up. Google is privatizing Android, and the RX 9000 series 10 times better. Let's get in the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're gonna be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Thursday, March 27, 2025. We are indeed back from South Africa. We had a great time there, great trip getting to see the South African team. I got to do a little bit of just exploring the country. It was beautiful. Love being back there. It's a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun giving away PCs, which a reminder, we're gonna be doing that over on our Twitch channel next Friday, the first Friday in April, twitch.tv/UFD Tech. It's a 9800 X3D RTX 5080 PC that we have yet to build, but I have all the parts for it. But now that we're back from South Africa, we can do that. And now that I'm back, I'm getting to see that the 50 series prices are getting worse here, because we've already talked about other AIB partners increasing the prices like MSI and Asus, and now it looks like there's another company joining the fray, such as Zotac, with them raising the prices on their 5090 cards and them getting rid of the MSRP version. So now their cheapest 5090 is $2,700. That's beautiful. But also one of the things Video Cards investigated with this is trying to see, Zotac promised that they would have like limited drops for their communities, making it very easy for them to access to buy these. And it turns out people were trying to see how is this happening, and it's through a secret Discord that was only invite only. And so there was a weird situation where they were doing a 5080 sale and only 3 people entered into it because it's a direct invite only thing, and it doesn't look like there's many people in that Zotac secret Discord. So it's only for the preferred of the preferred of the preferred from Zotac's Discord community. But just to give you an idea of where the prices are now standing, you got the Amp Extreme Infinity, originally launched at $2,500. Now that's $3,000. You've got the Solid is gone, and the Solid OC went from $2,200 up to $2,700. So the prices just continue to go up, up, up. But in case you want to know how much NVIDIA is allegedly charging for their flagship GPU, the RTX Pro 6096 gigabyte GPU that they unveiled at GTC, this is essentially a faster 5090 with 3 times as much memory, and what you get here is $8,500. Yep, that's where we're at. So the GPU space is weird. All right, it's strange. We'll talk more about it with the last article in Hot News with AMD's new GPUs. But in case you're looking to get a new GPU, you should definitely do that from today's video sponsor, Falcon Northwest, because they'll slap it in a full computer for you. They'll sell you the whole thing. You get a big boy Talon, which is a mid-tower ATX chassis. You get their Frag Box, which is their portable one. You get the Tiki, which is their slim one. And not only will they customize the internal components to be like a Threadripper workstation, or you can get whatever Intel AMD CPU your heart desires, but they'll also customize the outside for you. As a reminder, we had the Assassin's Creed Shadow Talon PC giveaway going on while we were traveling. That giveaway is now closed. We're going to be announcing the winner here on Hot News tomorrow, so be prepared to come watch that episode. Big thanks to Falcon Northwest for providing this PC, as well as Intel for providing the Intel Core i7-14700K. It's got a 4080 Super. Somebody's going to go home with a fantastic PC that is absolutely gorgeous and stunning in person, and it's going to be great for whoever got it, which is how you'll feel if you purchase a Falcon Northwest PC as well, because you get 3-year warranty, 1 year of overnight shipping. They take care of the community as evidenced by this giveaway, as well as all of their support that they've offered with things like the melting power connector saga or Intel's instability issues. Falcon Northwest has always been right there testing and troubleshooting alongside everybody else to make sure that the community is taken care of. So big thanks to Falcon Northwest for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check them out at the link in the video description. And now you won't be able to check out the fresh new ASOP drop of Android, because Google is now going to be privatizing all development of Android completely and not be doing that development in public. Now, this does not mean that they're going closed source with Android. So the AOSP project, Android open source project, is going to change kind of considerably because of just different conflicts that they're having with maintaining both the internal development branch as well as this public ASOP is how I always mentally pronounce it. I know that's wrong, but the AOSP setup, it's making it difficult for them to prioritize one over the other and have them merge at the end. It creates conflicts where there's issues with the public facing one. So there are some significant changes that are going to be coming, such as various different portions of the OS that are being developed publicly right now. Those are going to be privatized so that they're just going to be developed internally and then pushed to public once they are ready. So they're going to maintain only one single branch launch, but this does not mean that they are going closed source. This is not a closed source situation. This just means development's going to take place a little bit more behind the scenes, but everything that gets released to the public will then be open source. So Google's not changing the foundation of what Android is, but they are changing how it's being maintained. So in case that matters to you, sound off down below in the comments. But what matters to Apple is the Google Antitrust trial lawsuit that's going on with the US government. Apple wanted to be there, but now they're not allowed to be because the DC Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that Apple is not allowed to be part of this trial because they waited too long. That's the reason. Not that they shouldn't be there, but they didn't follow the procedures to get involved in the case soon enough. Apple saying that they should be there because they have a direct stake in the outcome, but it's not like Apple can't contribute in any way. They can submit written testimony and file friend of the court briefs, but they cannot do things such as cross-examine or actually like have their lawyers go to town on the actual trial that's happening. So that's a bummer for Apple, but we'll see how that plays out with Google's antitrust thing where they might have to divest Chrome, and things might change on the internet, friends. But you know what doesn't change? Deals. Except for they do. And then Reese tells you about them.
Yo, welcome back to UFD Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals out on the internet. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hope you guys have been having a good week so far. And hey, we got some deals for you today. Starting off with the WebLink dual 4K display docking station for only $95.99, making it $39.96 off for those of you who are living the dongle life currently. This is a big help. But then next up, we have the Thrustmaster eSwap X2 Pro controller, specifically the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree edition, which you can pick up for only $139.99 with included promo code, making it $60 off. This controller is a cool little gimmick because it lets you swap the placement of the controller sticks and the D-pad, so if you prefer an Xbox layout for third-person shooters or a PlayStation layout for racing games, you can swap and change on the fly. It's really cool. And then lastly today we have this Gigabyte 34-inch 3440 by 1440 240Hz curved QD OLED gaming monitor, which you can pick up for only $699.99, making it $370 off. And hey, with that, the deals are done. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below, but until next time, I'm gonna send you off back to Brett for the rest of your hot news. Cheers.
Well, Reese, Napster got a deal of $207 million. That is how much they've just now been acquired for by the company Infinite Reality, who's looking to turn Napster into a social music platform that prioritizes active fan engagement and will give artists a 3D virtual space for sales and merch and kind of fun VR experiences. The first part of that sentence sounds like MySpace. They bought Napster for $1/5 billion to recreate MySpace, and then the second half seems like what Meta failed at doing with Horizon Worlds, and that's their whole plan. But Infinite Reality has been on the move with acquiring a whole bunch of like augmented VR, MR companies as of late. They bought Drone Racing League, Landvault, which was a metaverse marketing platform, and a VR shopping platform known as Obsess. I don't know how well this is gonna turn out. I was never really thinking Napster was gonna make it these days anyways. I don't know how much brand staying power they have outside of like millennials and Gen X. So we'll see where this goes. Maybe I'll be wrong. In 5 years, we're gonna all be experiencing and listening to our music in Napster. And a lot of you are experiencing your gaming with AMD now, because Lisa Su having an interview with the general manager of ASUS China and indicating that the RX 9000 series sales was a smashing success. So you might remember that a couple weeks ago there was this report that somebody said that Dr. Lisa Su claimed that they sold 200,000 9000 series cards. Then AMD came out and said that that was not true. That was a made up number, but this is official. This happened in the interview. Lisa Su saying that the first week sales of the RX 9000 series is 10 times higher than previous generations, which is strange. It's a strange metric. The first week sales is not necessarily indicative of the overall performance of the generation of the cards, but it's good to see that they set a record nonetheless. They did have over 2 months of stockpiling these cards to flood the retail channels, whereas in previous launches, like with the RX 7000 series, they did sell out quite quickly. It didn't seem like there was this many, but also there wasn't this many people clamoring to purchase these AMD GPUs, especially with how well priced they are, given the competition that's out on the market. Tom's Hardware did some digging into John Petty research just to kind of evaluate how big of a launch this would be if it's 10 times bigger than any previous launches. And it's hard to really glean any information about the direct number of sales, but if AMD's claims are true and somehow this can like continue into the rest of the quarter and the rest of the year, AMD might actually be able to remake some of this market share loss that they've had versus Nvidia over the last decade, 15 years. You can see that just by this John Petty research chart that Nvidia, while it is in slight decline, it looks like the GPU market overall is not doing as great as it was in like 2021 thanks to COVID. AMD's just losing more sales than Nvidia is, and that's why the market share has changed. Not because people are being like, I'm only gonna buy Nvidia, it's because people are like, I'm not buying AMD. And so it turns out that maybe that has changed with this generation. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. And we learned a lot from Tuesday's episode of Hot News. I was out of focus. I was aware. You can see it here. We did our best to just kind of warn you guys. The problem was we only brought one camera for filming while we were in South Africa. So Michael was doing B-roll and then I had to use it for A-roll, and he set it to manual focus. And while I changed every other setting, I forgot to switch it back to autofocus so it would pull on my face. So it unintentionally focused on the switch cans that were right in front of me because that was just where the focus distance was. It was not intentionally focused there. So, whoops. But as Rickus mentioned at the beginning, that was our last day in the place we were staying. So we had to pack up as soon as this episode was over, and I had to just move on. But none of you guys believe me. Cordy's saying, just admit it. You wanted the drinks to be in focus. I did it. I was really upset once I found out that I was out of focus. It was a big bummer, especially because I filmed like 21 shorts as well, also slightly out of focus. More in focus because I brought the camera in, so the focus distance was more appropriate, but still, oh man. So when you're in a rush, you make mistakes. It stinks. And then Adam Hero saying, if they release a 24 gigabyte 5080, I'm afraid to think about what they'll charge for it. Then don't think about it. It doesn't exist. It doesn't have to be real for you. And then Wolf Sama HD saying, the UFD Deals Brett jump scare got me. I mean, a couple people commented on this, but nobody commented on the fact that I'm just sitting in the corner this entire time Reese is doing deals. I was hanging out right there, and then at the end, I scrambled over to the chair to talk to you guys. So I thought that was fun. I was just hiding in the little shadows of his curtain. And then Z-Shrink saying, Rickus tells that the video is out of focus to set expectations, but the cans are in focus. Well, that's what I'm here for. I don't see a problem. All right, if you don't see a problem, maybe you should get your glasses checked or something. Or get classes, or I don't know. I'm tired, jet lag. Filming real late, but I also took a massive nap, so I can't go to sleep either, but my body's done from traveling. So I'll see you back here for more of the hottest tech news tomorrow. Don't forget, we're gonna be announcing the winner for the Assassin's Creed Shadows PC that was provided by Falcon Northwest and Intel for the giveaway. See you then.